Matteo Jorgenson has become one of the most versatile riders in today's peloton and has signed a contract with Team Visma Lease bike until 2029. Together with Tadej Pogačar, he is the only rider that is capable to perform in both the classics and the Grand Tours. 2 times winner of the Pyrenees, winner of Dwars of Vlaanderen, top 10 in the Tour de France and a 2nd place in the Criterium du Dauphiné. Yeah, you hear his palmares. But as an American, the road isn't that smooth as we compare to all the Europeans. Today I will go through the whole story, from Beauvais to the podium of Nice. Enjoy. Matteo Jorgenson was born on July 1st in 1999 in Walnut Creek, California, and grew up in Beauvais, Idaho. As a child, he got started into cycling through the Beauvais Young Rider Development Squad, a local young program that he credits for sparking his passion for the sport. Notably, Jorgenson showed talent from a very young age. He even won the national cyclocross title in the 10-12th age category in 2010. During his teen years, he raced with the American junior teams, including the Hot Tubes junior program, to gaining valuable experience in the national and international event in both Europe and America. His early results were promising. For example, he placed 5th overall in the 2017 in the Tour de la Abati stage race and 5th in the Grand Prix Roubaix-Linde, which is a big event for juniors in Europe, which make him a rider to watch in the future. By 2016 to 17, Jorgenson was a rising star in the US ranking. After finishing high school, Jorgenson pursued an uncommon route for American cyclists. In 2018, at just 19 years old, he joined the Jelly Belly Maxis team, a US-based continental squad, as his first professional experience.
My first year I signed for like a continental team, Jelly Belly in the US. But basically I told the team like I want to spend the whole year in Europe with the national team if I could. And they let me, thankfully. They gave me a bike and some kit and the whole spring with the national team, and then I did some summer races too, and thankfully I had a good enough results there to, like, through some, sending emails and stuff, I was good enough to make it on Chambéry, which was a big step, and then I could live in Europe full time. And
Chambéry is French development team to Age La Mondiale team. Competing in Europe as a U23 rider, Jorgenson quickly made his mark. He learned French to integrate with teammates. Learn French was a necessary part in his development. That year he won the points classification at Tour de l'Avenir 2019, one of the world's premier U23 stage races, and finished 4th overall in the Ronde de Isard, also that a big U23 race. These results showcase his all-around talent and consistency, which catch the eye of World Tour scouts. In late 2019, Jorgenson has a Brit stat as a stagiaire with Age La Mondiale. However, when Age was not ready to offer him a professional contract, another opportunity came. The Spanish World Tour Movistar was impressed about his season, and 2020 he signed a contract with this World Tour team, which is a rare achievement for American. Joining Movistar team in 2020, just only 20 years old, Jorgenson became the only American on the Spanish squad. His move to Movistar was notably not only for his nationality, but also for his atypical development path, bypassing the more common US development teams in favor of forgiving his own way in Europe. In his Neo-Pro season in 2020, Jorgenson focused on adapting to the World Tour level and learning the ropes in a team long known for its Grand Tour contenders. This season considered with the desperation of COVID-19 pandemic, meaning racing opportunities was limited. Nonetheless, Jorgenson used this year to acclimate to the professional peloton and to improve his Spanish. That year he did not accomplish any good results, but got a lot of experience that he could use in his second year, where Jorgenson began showing flashes of his potential. He grabbed the 8th place overall at the Pyrenees 2021, an impressive result in this prestigious week World Tour long stage race. Pyrenees is often a significant early season test, and finishing top 10 demonstrated Jorgenson's stage race ability among the elite competitors. Though 2020 and 2021 he mostly rode in his support role and gained lot of experience across a mix of races, from one-day classics to stage races. Then in 2022 and 2023 Jorgenson truly began to break through. In 2022 he had a strong early season with a 4th place in Tour de la Provence and a top 10 in the Mercantour Classics, indicating improving climbing form from last year. But his most visible performance came in July at his first ever Tour de France. At the 2022 Tour de France, Jorgenson animated the race with aggressive riding style. He featured in multiple breakaways, including notable escapes on stage 10 and 16. And at stage 16 he got a 4th place in his first ever tour. He completed the tour in a 20th place overall, an excellent GC result for a 23-year-old in his debut Grand Tour. His performance signaled that he could handle 3 weeks races and wasn't afraid of seizing opportunities even while primarily serving his team. The 2023 season was Jorgenson's breakout year. Now one of Movistar's young leaders, he delivered high caliber results across a variety of terrains, underlying his all-round reputation. In the spring, he stunned many by winning the Tour of Oman, claiming the overall title along with a stage win, the points classifications and the young rider classification as well. This early season stage race victory was Jorgenson's first professional GC win and proved his ability to lead a team. He then turned heads into the Cobble Classics, finishing 4th at the E3 Saxo Bank and 9th in the Tour of Flanders, competing neck to neck with the best riders in the world. Those results hinted that Jorgenson could be competitive in one-day races as well in GC stage races. And after these impressive results, it was in the air when Jorgenson will sign for another team, and in August it was announced that Matteo Jorgenson would transfer to Jumbo Visma, one of the world's leading World Tour teams. He joined the Dutch Killer Bee squad with a multi-year deal starting in 2024. For Jorgenson, this move was all about maximizing his potential, and he said that, "I think I just wanted a team where I could reach my highest level." Jumbo Visma has a reputation for its cutting-edge training methods, extensive support staff and winning culture that have produced Tour de France champions and monumental victories. This team's resources would cover those extras that Jorgenson used to handle on his own previously: altitude camps, nutrition, equipment, etc., allowing him to focus purely on training and racing.
And when everything is done for you and like you're just expected to do this crazy performance because like this guy tells you that you're capable of that because of your training, you know, then it's like if you don't do it, then what's wrong? You know, it's like, well, this guy told you could do it and you have all the resources, so why weren't you able to?
After 4 years at Movistar, he was seeking into an environment where every little detail was analyzed for performance.
Because like on this team, they can also control everything. So when you go to one of these training camps, suddenly they have full control over from, you know, the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. They're able to see everything. They're able to control it. Like if they see, like if...
What's that like?
I know it sounds crazy, but for me, like my personality, it's so much nicer.
Yeah,
because
nice.
I was already basically inflicting that on myself just by myself. But I was doing it alone at home, and I was doing it with what I thought was the right training or the right nutrition and all this stuff, and it was exhausting trying to do it myself. And now that I'm in a team where like I can go and basically it's like way more periodized. Like I can have true rest period where I don't have to think about any of this stuff. Once I arrived back in Europe, I would go to training camp in Sierra Nevada before the Dauphiné, and I would be completely on track again, and everything would be on, you know? So I could have these like mental on and offs where I think in the past I was basically just on all the time.
And he also got better teammates as well, with the Tour de France champion Jonas Vingegaard, Vuelta España winner Sepp Kuss, and the classic superstar Wout van Aert. He also was aware in such a team his role could vary. He was ready to support a Grand Tour leader or take his own chances if the team saw it fit. If they want me to do GC, I do GC. If they want me to do classics, I do classics. "I'm just happy to have a plan," he said. Early in 2024, Jorgenson entered the Paris-Nice stage race as an outsider, but he emerged to win the overall victory and making history as the first American to win Paris-Nice since 2006. This victory is a milestone. Paris-Nice is a World Tour event that nicknamed Mini Tour de France. He won it with smart and bold racing. Notably, he joined a decisive 3-man breakaway on stage 6 and gained 50 seconds on the main favorites, validating him into the lead. And just 1 week later, Jorgenson proved his versatility yet again with a superb ride in the Belgian one-day classic Dwars of Vlaanderen. He launched a late solo attack in the final cobble sector and rode to the victory, taking his first ever classic win, which also make an Olympic ticket for him. By now, Jorgenson had showed that he can handle cobblestones, high mountains, and the pressure of being a GC leader. As the 2024 season progressed, Jorgenson continued to shine. In June, he contended for the title at the Criterium du Dauphiné, one of the key Tour de France tune-up races. He finished second overall in the Dauphiné, nearly unseating the former champion Primož Roglič for the win. In the final stage, Jorgenson attacked on the last climb and distanced Primož Roglič, and he just ended 8 seconds from the overall victory. This close call against a Tour winner boosted Jorgenson for the Tour de France. By the time the 2024 Tour de France arrived in July, Jorgenson was in stellar form, and he had an important job to do. With Team Visma Bike's defending champion Jonas Vingegaard aiming for his 3rd title, and when his most important domestic Sepp Kuss abandoned to illness, it was necessary that Jorgenson would step up, and he did so. He was an important role in the mountains for Jonas and came in 8th in the GC, finishing in top 10 of the Tour at just the age of 25 in a helper role was a huge accomplishment and highlight for Jorgenson. Some other results that year was a 5th place in the E3 and a 9th place in the Olympic road race. By 2025, Jorgenson had fully confirmed his star status. He defended his overall victory in Paris-Nice, and he also continued to show presence in the classics as well, for taking a 4th place in Dwars of Vlaanderen and a 9th place in the E3. In June, he placed 6th overall in the Dauphiné, while he was a domestic for Jonas, and the tour didn't go as planned due to sickness, but he played an important role in the first week and in the 3rd when he became healthy again. And the rest of the 2025 season, he will race his first ever Vuelta España, and then the calendar is unclear. Maybe we'll see him at the Worlds and in Lombardia, or maybe he take an off season early and focus on the 2026 season. Who knows? And the future looks bright for Jorgenson. Within Team Visma Bike, Jorgenson's role has evolved to that of a cornerstone rider in the team. The team management has expressed him as a key part of both the Grand Tours and the Classics for the coming years. And in the mid of 2025, Jorgenson signed a long-term contract extensions throughout 2029 with Visma Bike, underscoring that by locking himself in for so many years, the team significantly believed that Jorgenson will be leading the charge in his prime. Jorgenson himself has expressed his happiness in the environment and the team's approach to training, nutrition and strategy, which allow him to focus fully on his job to race and improve. I personally think that in 2026 Jorgenson will take on the leadership of the Giro d'Italia, if Jonas doesn't ride the Giro of course. And then I am unsure, but for sure he will play an important role for Visma Bike's future. What do you think about Jorgenson's future? What he will do? What he will ride? Classics? GC? Will he win a Grand Tour? Let me know what you think about it in comments. And I hope you like this video, and see you in the next one. Ciao!